Just waiting for the little thing that tells me I'm actually live, even though I know it doesn't always tell the truth about it. Yay! And here we are. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Yes, COVID. I'm used to working from home, but COVID has even confused me a little bit. So, yeah. Okay. While we wait for people to gather, I always like to talk about a particular topic. And today it's about why we hang on to pain. And and you may be surprised at some of these reasons. And I'm going to give you, and I have a really good example. Um, so I want you to ask yourself if you're experiencing physical pain, and this is one of those get quiet and really think about it things, because I think you're going to be surprised. Wind blown here a little bit. I think you may be surprised to find that there is a weird upside or benefit. Oh, hey, Sharon Smith. The other Sharon Smith is here today. Good. There is a benefit of some sort to staying stuck in pain. And you may just be going on the face of it, oh, well, that can't be. No, it's just pain. I can't get out of it. And that's actually really, for most people, not the case. There is some perceived benefit. And so I'm going to give you an example, and then we're going to do a little tapping. I know a guy who has a lot of chronic pain, and it shows up in different places in his body. And when he looks at it, there's a lot of guilt and shame. And he left his marriage, and he'd fallen in love with somebody else, and he left his marriage to go marry this other woman. And his family was really pissed off at him over this. And, he feels really guilty about it. And some of his kids are okay with it, and some of them aren't speaking to him. It's one of those whole big icky deals. And this stuff happens all the time. That is not even an unusual thing. People get divorced. A zillion people get divorced every single week. And so but for him, he feels tremendously ashamed of himself for having done this. And he feels tremendously guilty about it. And pain is a way that he can punish himself for having done that. Even though, if you ask him if he would do the same thing over again, the answer is a clear yes. So he is hanging on to this pain as a way of punishing himself for having made a choice that upset people he loves. And I've also, and that one, yeah, I've also had a woman who was hanging on to some chronic pain, and I can't remember where it was in her body. I think it might have been one of her legs, seems like, because she didn't like her job. And she was off on medical leave and having test after test after test, and they weren't really finding much of anything wrong with this woman's leg or whatever part it was. But the longer she was dragging it out, the longer it was before she had to go back to this job where she felt really, really uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable around a coworker. She didn't like the boss. She felt really abused in the position she was in. There was a whole lot of negative crap going on around that job. And she hadn't been able to bring herself to leave the job because, and this has been years ago, she just got herself stuck. She got afraid that she wouldn't be able to find as good a job. So she stayed stuck in this. And guess what? She started to have some leg pain. And legs, it was legs, one leg. And legs they're the part that carries us forward. So she got herself really annoyed with staying stuck in this job she hates, but also at the same time really afraid of moving forward into a future job that she might like. And so she just had stopped herself. She had this leg pain that nobody could figure out what it was. And we did work successfully with that. I mean, it wasn't even, she even would probably laugh about it now at how easy it was to get past that. And I helped her work through it. And ultimately, she did leave that job a couple months later. You know, she didn't ever really go back except to clean out her stuff and say, okay, see ya. I'm out. I'm done. And she found something, of course, that she was much happier with. So I want you to consider, she was getting a benefit from holding on to that pain. It was keeping her from having to make a clear decision about leaving. It was keeping her from having to go back to the things she knew she didn't want. But it was also keeping her from moving towards the things she did want. So let's do a little tapping and let's get ourselves unstuck and unattached. So let's just start here. Oh, I think I might be holding on to this pain for a reason. Can't quite think what that is just now, but I allow myself to be open to the possibility. Even though I've got a lot of pain, and I think I might be holding on to it because there is some weird benefit to me that isn't immediately apparent. I choose to be okay anyway because I completely love and accept myself. I've got this pain and it's really holding me back. But I completely love and accept myself. And I honor all the things that this pain may be trying to tell me. I've got this pain. And if I let myself understand that pain is an information system in the body, and it's trying to communicate with me all the time, valuable information about my body and my life, but I haven't really known how to listen, to hear it clearly. But if I'm open to the possibility that it is trying to have a conversation with me, maybe I could agree to listen to what it's saying. I wonder if it could be possible that this pain I've got that I can't seem to get rid of could be keeping me safe from something. That would be a benefit. Maybe one I hadn't thought of. And maybe it's possible that it's not exactly a benefit, but at any rate, it's keeping the pain stuck. I might be using this pain to punish myself for something I said or did that I think is unforgivable. I allow myself to know that I am human. I'm not the first person to ever say or do something that hurts someone they love. And made them mad. So maybe I can learn to live with that and feel better about it. And maybe the person I need most to forgive is me for being human. it's safe for me to see this clearly now because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay. Great round. Oops. Got weird hair going on here. Always, if it seems like I'm always outside right before I get on this live, and I'm always a little funky and windblown. Good heavens. Okay, whatever. All right. Sharon, my name's my namesake, who is on this call, how did that tapping land for you? And I also want to know, because you had put in, you've made the comment this morning that you wanted some tapping for hip pain, but that this is a result of a herniated disc, a lower back disc, I believe you said. And while, yes, the hip pain is going on, we have to work with the start of it, with the first thing, which is going to be that disc. So let me know, if you would, in the chat, which vertebrae, which disc is herniated, because it makes a difference. And I'm going to have you also move around a little bit and gauge the amount of pain you're feeling in your back and your hip, both, because it's all connected. And you can put that in the chat too. And we're going to do some work for you, because it's just the two of us right now. Nobody else is here yet. And for everybody who just did that tapping, I want you to really focus again. Not you, Sharon, because I want you doing those other things. And I'm talking to everybody but you. So you go ahead and put in the chat the things I just asked you. I need to know what vertebrae you have the issue with and what your pain level is right now. Everybody else, I want you to really get quiet and maybe go in and you can use my free gift, guided visualization, and really get quiet. And we may even do this at the end of this. If I only have one person on today, we'll do some work for a while and we may get quiet and do some visualization work. I want you to think about, really feel into it and relax into it and really see what the benefit is to holding on to your pain or issue. Does it keep you from forgiving someone? Does it keep you from having to do something you don't want to do? Is it keeping you from getting out of a relationship that no longer serves you? And I want you to not beat yourself up for it when we're doing that, when you're doing that. And just remember to be kind to yourself, because you're human. This is you're not the first person to ever experience any of this stuff. We all come equipped with the same emotions. So kindly and gently look at this stuff and work out what the benefit is to holding on to whatever you've got going on. And that's going to give you some clear ideas about how to tap to move past that. Okay, I'm trying to get in the chat here. Okay, Sharon. I see you still, but you have not. Can you still hear me? Because you haven't responded. I am thinking about this for you. I'll wait just a little bit longer, and then I may just pick a disc. Because I'm kind of, okay, there we go. Okay, L4, L5. Okay, I was going to say L4. Oh, and a 9. Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay, good. All right, I was going to guess L4. All right, and I'm just kind of looking here to see what we've got. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm kind of looking at a little list of things because each vertebrae has a tendency to hold on to different emotions. And rejection of sexuality, financial insecurity, fear of career, and feeling powerless. Now, it can be any of those things, any one thing, or it could be a combination of a whole bunch of them. That is L4. That's your fourth lumbar. Um, any of those sound familiar to you? Probably. Probably. Okay, so we're going to go in, and this is for you, Sharon, and everybody else. Do this with us. I want you to close your eyes and take a big breath in through your nose and hold it and blow it out through your mouth. And I want you to just relax. And now I want you, Sharon, to use your, okay, good. Just stay with me in here. I want you to move into that area of your back. And I want you to look at that area, L4, L5, that whole lumbar area right in there where you've got a bulging disc. I really think it's 4 for you. It doesn't appear to be 5 to me. It's 4. And I want you to see if you've got a color or a shape or a texture there. You don't need to type anything, just stay in the visualization a little bit and just see how that looks. Now, I can tell you how it looks from my side. It looks kind of red and black with kind of like green splotches in it. And it may look different to you, but that's what I'm seeing there and appreciating. And I want you to ask it to show you a picture of exactly how it would look if there was no more pain and if there was perfect alignment in that area of your spine. Okay, good. Now, when I look at it, and you may be seeing something different. When I look at it, it looks to me like it would be almost white and shiny if it was happy. Now, stay in this just a little bit, and you already identified that there was some financial fear in there. I want you to ask it if fear is the biggest emotion that you need to work with first. And just use your imagination. It's your back. The first thing that you hear or see is going to be right for you. It isn't going to be just, and if you have to, you can just guess. If you were going to imagine what was there, what would it be? Okay, good. Now and I'm appreciating fear there, but also some anger. It looks to me like there's some old anger in there also. So we'll get to both those. And anger actually has a base of fear, but I think we're going to need to clear out both in order to really help you today. Okay, so I want you to tell that area of your back that we're going to do something right now that's going to help it feel better, and tell it you love it. And now open your eyes. Okay. Just a second. I'm thinking about this just a little bit. Okay. Just stay with me here. I can't convince myself to tap for fear yet, because what comes up for me so quickly and immediately for you is this anger. And it's around money, but it's really an angry thing about, let's just tap. Here we go. I've got some anger, and it has to do with money And I think I might have stuck it in my back. I think I've got some anger. And it's really causing me back pain. But I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I've got some anger, and I think it has to do with money. And I maybe stuck it in my back. I choose to be okay anyway, because I completely love and accept myself, and I love my back. Okay. I think I should have more money. I think I deserve more money, and I'm mad that I don't have it. And I can't work out what I did wrong. But it feels like I'm being punished. In some way, for not being good enough. And the punishment is turning up as not quite enough money for me. And it makes me mad. It makes me mad to not have enough. And it really makes me mad at myself. And it really makes me mad at somebody else too. But I'm open to letting go of this anger now. Because I don't need this pain anymore. And I allow myself to understand that when I get angry the way I have been, that's really just fear showing up in a more socially acceptable way. And I may have had a situation where it was more to my benefit to express this fear as anger. But I'm still holding on to it. And I've got all this fear around money. All this fear of lack and not enough. All this fear that I'm not safe because I might not have enough money. But I'm open to looking at this in a new way so that I can let it go. Because I do completely love and accept myself. Okay, hold your wrist points. Peace. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit more, Sharon, for you today, but I want you to tune in and move a little bit and see if that changed your pain level. And you can also close your eyes really quick and go in and take a look at that area of your body and see if it looks different. And we'll all wait for you to do that. There's no big rush. Now, for those of you who may have just jumped on the call, we're doing some work with Sharon Smith, the other Sharon Smith, my namesake. We don't know each other. And she's got a herniated disc about L4 or L5, and she's having a lot of hip pain. And lower back issues usually have to do with if you're having to do with money, can also be a hurtful relationship. We just did a little bit of tapping that kind of worked a little bit with both those things. She's also having hip pain on the same side. And let's see, disc is ruptured on the right, bulging on the left, pressing on the nerve. Okay, yeah, okay. Um, I'm not sure which, I can't remember which hip, but hips have to do with moving forward and money and thinking about your financial future. So I have a friend who actually calls them money hips. Okay, Sharon, why don't you let us know how that is? Did that round change your pain level? And if you took a look inside, did that area of your back, did it change? And just put that in the chat. I'm sorry it's a little cumbersome to do it this way. I never really quite know if I'm going to have 5 or 6 people on here or only one or everyone's. It's more normal to have like about 3 or 4. Zoom would be a little more efficient, but not as much fun for live. So let us know. That's what we're working with today, some lower back and hip stuff. And at the first of this, I did some tapping and talked about why we may hold on pain. Okay, pain level went to a 4. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just, I'm kind of, especially when it's just me looking at it. Okay. Pain level's a 4 now, so you went from a 9 to a 4 in just that couple minutes of tapping, and it's now pinkish. And okay. All right, now, because this is, it's a public group, it's not private. Is this, I'm just going to ask you, and you don't have to say or not, but is this related to a man? This anger, does this have to do with, this feels personal to me, like maybe a divorce settlement or something along those lines. And just let me know. I mean, if you want to, if you're comfortable with that. Because as I said, I'll just tell everybody, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Are you still, you said your husband, are you still married to him? Yikes. Okay. Okay. Let's just tap. I think I've got this. And all of you can see this. She's putting in the chat. Her husband took her 401k and her sister took her son's college fund. More issues, I'm sure. Let's just go to the top of the head. Okay. So this is an ex-husband. Okay. My ex-husband took my 401k. And I'm not okay with that. And I am furious with him. And I feel like such a victim. Because he took all that money. And now I'm afraid I can't ever make it back. Even though I do have enough to pay my bills. And I actually am okay. Even though I'm in quite a bit of pain. I'm still mad at him about this. And because I feel like he did this to me on purpose, I allow myself to begin to look at this pattern that I have in my life of needing to be a victim. And I'm not going to look at this and go, oh, you're terrible. You're a terrible, stupid person for needing that. Because I'm not. I'm a normal person. I allow myself to understand that we all have lessons in life that are designed to move us forward. They're designed for spiritual growth. And sometimes they don't look very good. But now I'm open to treating this gently and looking at all the times in my life I've been a victim. So that I can see this pattern and begin to work with it. It's safe to let go of all this anger. And maybe it's beginning to be safe to let go of the need to be a victim. Because I completely love and accept myself. And I love my back. And I do want to move forward to something better. But I can't do that and hope for anything good if I'm still willing to be a victim and hold this pattern. It's safe to let it go now. And if I feel like I need it back, I can pick it up again. But I'm going to choose to let it go now, just for a while, just to try it on. Because I'm safe in my body, in the world, and in the universe. Peace. Okay, that was a good round. Sharon, let me know how that landed for you. Put in the chat, because your pain level had gone from a 9 to a 4. Tune in and see what your pain level feels like now. Because we're not actually, just working with financial fear is not really the bottom of the issue for you. I really like to look deeper than that, and we would have to work with financial fear for a while before we could get to that. Again, I'm just using my gifts here and having a look at it. So you can put in the chat and let me know, let everybody know how that one felt. And for all of you, come back and do this again. If you've got a pattern in your life where you are, and I've done this. I have done this. I own up to it. I have had a victim pattern. I don't have it anymore, but I had a very pronounced pattern of needing to be victimized by stuff and needing to be scared about money and just, a whole bunch of stuff. Don't feel like you are alone in this. It's just a human thing. Be gentle with yourself about it and know that it's just a pattern and you can change it. I promise. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so you okay over there, Sharon? You're quiet. Okay. I want to close out today and do some visualization work. And I'm trying to think if I want to do, I don't think I want to do pain visualization. I think oh, there we go. Exceptionally well. Almost afraid to move. Okay. Yeah, good. All right, Sharon says, landed well, exceptionally well. I'm almost afraid to move, but right now there isn't any pain. So we have gone, yeah, mid back, release memories, first wife taking money. Oh, yeah, there you go. Robert, hello, dear, for months on business. Good. And we really appreciate you supporting us with your energy. Everyone who is tapping on these calls, whether you're in the chat or not, you are lending your energy to this process. And I promise there's a thing called borrowing benefits. When you tap with us, you also get a benefit, and it may be something unexpected. It's just a cool thing. It's a cool benefit. So I appreciate all of you doing this with us, with me. All right, let's. I just, I want to go to the beach again. I just do. I think we're going to go to the beach. So everybody, let's just. Um, because I've got some time. Hold up, time, just a second. Robert, is there something I can do for you today? Just because you said the pain came up in the middle of your back, and you said memories of first wife, so that must mean there's more than one out there, which is a pretty clear pattern. Money from a bank account while you're away on business. Is there something I can do for you today? Could we do something for you? And if not, we can go ahead and move right on into some relaxing stuff. I just love to go to the beach. The beach is actually my happy place, my personal happy place. And I spend as much time there as possible, even though I do actually right now live in southwest Kansas, where there is no beach. My daughter lives in South Florida, and I love to visit, and I have friends there, and it's just, yeah, I do love the beach. Never met a beach I didn't like. Okay, all right, so let's just move into that. Let's everybody close your eyes and just relax your shoulders. Take a big breath in through your nose and blow it out through your mouth. And just relax. Just relax into this. And just know that everything is fine right here, right this minute. And all the things that you're worried about and thinking about, just let those fall away here for just a few minutes. Give yourself a break right now. There's no need right here, right now, in this space to worry. There's no need for fear. You're perfectly safe. Can let go of all of that. And I want you to imagine yourself on a beautiful stretch of white sand beach. And you can see that the beach just stretches for miles and miles in both directions from where you are. And there may be some cliffs, some other things around, but you're on the beach and it's a beautiful warm day. Not too hot, and the sand feels good under your feet, and you're barefoot. Now I want you to walk out into the sand, further towards the water, and just appreciate how beautiful the sun is on the water. It just glows, it's all sparkly. You might want to let the water splash up over your feet a little bit as the waves come in, and these are just gentle waves lapping at the shore. Now I want you to look down to your right, and there's a stick in the sand, and I want you to pick that up. And as you look at the ocean, I want you to remember that every single drop of water that's ever been on the planet is still here. It's in that ocean, it's in your body, it's been in dinosaurs and rain and dogs and cats and other people, every single drop of it. And it's actually alive. And now I want you to take the stick that's in your hand. If you're left-handed, go ahead and switch hands with it. And I want you to walk to the edge of the water, and when the wave rolls out, I want you to write love in the sand. And now you're going to see the water lap up over that. And I want you to know that the water is absorbing love from you. And you can even say in your visualization, I love you to this ocean. And in response, you're going to see it really shine, maybe even glow. And now you're going to let it absorb you personally and take in the essence of who you are. I want you to write your own name, your first name, in the sand. And I want you to see the wave come up over that and gently wash it, not away, it's not going away. It's taking in everything about you, not just your name. And this water now knows you and loves you. It recognizes every drop of itself, one being inside you. And walk out a little ways into the water, however far you're comfortable with. If you want to get all the way in, that's fine. You're perfectly safe here. If you want to just have it just touching your toes, that's fine too. Whatever feels the best. And as that water touches you, I want you to feel it coming in. It's going to begin at the soles of your feet. And that beautiful, shiny love and recognition of who you are and that you're a part of the great all that is. I want you to let that float up through your feet and your legs. And feel that come into your hips, your pelvis. And it's shiny and it feels good. And let that now float up, that loving feeling float up into your lower back, into your abdomen. And it makes you shine from the inside out. Now let it continue and float up into your chest and your upper back and your shoulders. And now it's going to float further upward into your neck and throat and down your arms into your hands. And now it's going to come up and fill your head. It's in your face, in your eyes, in your ears. And it feels wonderful. And just appreciate now that you are shiny and glowing with loving recognition of who you really are. Understand that you're being seen for who you truly are in this moment. And just express appreciation and gratitude back into the ocean again. It's a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful loop of gratitude. Okay, and now I want you to walk back out of the water up onto the beach. And you should be feeling refreshed and renewed, loved, and seen for who you really are. It's a pretty good thing. Now I want you to wave goodbye to the ocean. Tell it you'll be back soon and that you love it and that you understand that it lives in you and you in it. And that you always have this as a part of you. Now take another big breath in through your nose and blow it out. And open your eyes. Good. Okay, everybody's pretty chill here. And let's see, pain in the small toe, left foot. Okay, Robert, toes, anytime you've got toe stuff going on, that is worry about the details of the future. That's being overly concerned with it. I know, I used to be the master of the stub toe. So let go of whatever, that's what you've got going on there. And if it's broken, that's, you're really, really worried about it. And Marissa, I'm sorry you weren't on here sooner. Trip coming up in a week, traveling by myself in a wheelchair with the virus and violence. Looking forward to what I need help with. Okay. Honestly, Marissa, I would probably just do some tapping for yourself. And I did not realize you were in a wheelchair. Not sure why, but I didn't. I want you to tap and remind yourself that humans are good in the same way that you would help someone else who is in a wheelchair. Just know that you're going to receive help from lots of people in unexpected ways. And that a lot of the violence is going on doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with great social change, and that you are not the target of that. And I want you to begin seeing kindness from strangers and help moving toward you, and that you're going to have a good time on this trip. And I think it's going to be okay. I think you can do this. And you're going to get to see friends? Yeah. Good. Okay. All right. I am so grateful to everyone today. And thank you, Sharon Smith, the other Sharon Smith, for being on here. I'm glad you're feeling better. And I look forward to seeing you again. I am on here every Tuesday and every Friday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I usually put time conversion in the group. Wherever you are in the world, we would love to have you join us. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Mwah.